Yes, sir. I can see it.
Okay. So Anoop, we begin with your brief introduction.
Yes, sir. So good afternoon. My name is ANOOP Reddy. I come from Kolar district, which is in Karnataka. Sir, I have completed BTech in Mechanical Engineering from NITK Suratkar. Sir, apart from academics, I play table tennis. I follow Formula One, and I also solve Sudoku in my free time, sir.
Very good. So Anoop, why Kolar mines have been shut down, or is the mining still happening?
Sir, the Kolar gold mines has been decommissioned since 2002, sir, and there are multiple reasons for this. First, there was a depletion of ore reserves, and also the mines were already 3 kilometers deep, sir. And the technology which was prevalent then is of the British era, and also government did not take any active steps to modernize it. And also, sir, there have been the recovery rate was very less. If we extract 1 ton of the gold ore, we were hardly getting 5 grams of gold in it. So, considering all these factors, I think they have decommissioned, sir.
Good, good, good. Anoop, continuing with Karnataka, now human-elephant conflict is one of the issues in Karnataka more than other states. Now, what do you think have been the reasons?
Sir, primarily there have been the habitat fragmentation, which is seen in the Mysuru Mandya belt, and also the growing of sugar canes and jackfruits in the fringe areas have been very lucrative for the elephants to come outside of the buffer zones. And also there have been a change in the behavior in the animals itself, sir. Now the elephants being the territorial animals, they are seeing the estates of Kodagu, the coffee or tea plantations, for safe breeding locations. So these are some of the reasons why I would say that.
Okay, now coming to general issues which our country faces, one is about forest fires.
Yes, sir.
Now, my question is not why fires happen. I'm asking you, Anup, you being in charge of the forest, and the fire has happened, and you have got the alert from the real-time alert that fire has occurred. What would be your immediate actions?
Sir, my immediate action will be first, I will try to communicate the on ground officers who are present in that specific range. And the second, sir, I would first map the areas which have been under forest fires. And I also take some of the measures like the counter fire using the drones in the opposite direction so that the damage will be reduced. Sir, at the same time, I will also engage the community who can act as the first line of defense so that they can effectively, using the traditional knowledge, they can come and try to solve the issue immediately, sir. And also with respect to the technology, so that we can give some alert system that specific areas of forest
It
has
is,
been.
suppose if it is a wildlife reserve, would you how would you proceed with protecting the wildlife that we already have from the forest, from the fire?
Sir, if the wildlife area has been under the forest fire, then we can go for the buffer areas, so selective buffer areas, so that we can safely translocate them. And the second, sir, there is one technique called the BOMA technique, which the African reserve they will use, so that we can target the specific animals and we can direct them to go in a specific direction, so that the desired safe translocation will happen. And also, sir, I think we can also focus upon the restoration of the buffer areas so that it can act as the core areas in the future
Okay,
times.
okay. Anup, Forest Survey of India plays a very pivotal role.
Yes, sir.
What are the functions of Forest Survey of India? Why they are so important?
Sir, first and foremost, the Forest Survey of India undertakes the survey of the forest, and it will create the report called the Indian State of Forest Report.
Good.
And secondly, sir, the Forest Survey of India uses its technology so that it will monitor the forest fires which are happening along with the collaboration with ISRO, sir. And thirdly, sir, Forest Survey of India also acts as an advisory and a scientific input body so that the choice of species with respect to the afforestation can also be retrieved from Forest Survey of India, sir.
My last question, Anup, very good. My last question, what if you face in your region where you are a forest officer something like Pushpa happening in your area? Say, for example, in sandalwood forests. What will be your approach?
Sir, first I will take active steps for by the ground level assessment and also the routes which have been used for smuggling of it. Second, sir, I will confirm the same by using the technology like the GIS or the GPS technology so that we can track what are the smuggling routes and at what times it has been happening using the timestamp analysis. And the third, sir, we can also use community as one of the sources so that we can get the real time information.
Excellent. Anup, I pass on to Mr. Sandeep.
Thank you.
sir. Anup, suppose I asked you to draw out a training program for forest officials and then for rangers. So tell me, what would you like to include in this training program, which will be theoretical plus practical?
Sir, with respect to the Indian Forest Services, I think I will plan out more on-field visits so that they will get the in-hand and practical knowledge regarding what is happening with respect to our wildlife and also the conservation reserves. Sir, when it comes to the range officers or the beat officers, I will focus upon the more collaboration with the forest department and the community because they are the first source of engagement between the department and the community so that proper induction program and also uh, explaining the technicalities or the law for the range officers will be one of the measures which I'll take for the range officers.
Okay, and how would you draw upon the international best practices? Or would you think that they don't matter?
Sir, I think international best practices are really essential for the conservation of forests and wildlife both. First, I will go through the some of the best practices which have already been documented by the Forest Survey of India or in case the Wildlife Institute of India. Then I will try them on the field with the minimum available land and the equipments which I have. Then I can demonstrate to my subordinates on the fellow officers so that such a practice can be employed in Indian forests as well. And in this aspect, sir, we can also approach the community so that there will be many traditional knowledge systems with respect to the sustainable utilization of forests and also the wildlife conservation. I will try to document them also, sir, because our community has a lot of indigenous methods which are being untapped right now, sir.
Anup, there would be a lot of wildlife specialists in the country. We heard of Salim Ali, who is no more.
Yes, sir.
But today there are many here and abroad.
Yes, sir.
Would you recall some names to me? And which areas of wildlife they work in?
Sir, I can recollect one person called Ullas Karanth, who is a tiger expert, and he is also the alumni of our college, sir. So, sir, his work is extensive in conservation of tiger reserves, and also he has one NGO called Center for Wildlife Studies, where he documents both the community participation and also the scientific methods like the camera traps and also the pug mark analysis for tiger conservation. Sir, apart from that, sir, I think I need to learn more regarding this, sir.
Can we do something for making a network of this specialized knowledge available and then its transference to our people who are managing the forest at the ground level?
Yes, sir. There is a government portal called the Traditional Knowledge Digital Library, which will document some of the traditional knowledges and the uses of the biological reserves, resources. But there is also some mechanism called the People Biodiversity Register, sir, which have been in the local level. but we want to establish a national network of that, so that all the people biodiversity register, they will have a common repository so that we can readily approach them, sir.
Okay. Anup, there's nothing better than attachments.
Yes, sir.
Remember this when you are becoming an senior officer in the forest service, Indian
Yes, sir.
Forest Service, because our rangers are working in isolated camps and territories.
Yes, sir.
And they live there, they work there, they die there.
Yes, sir.
But the moment you start making them aware and attach them for 1 week training capsules with so many centers like this,
Yes, sir.
really doing a great job. Okay, good
Yes,
luck.
sir. Yes. Thank you, sir.
Madhvi ji.
Thank you, sir. Anup, Kolar is known for mining there. So, if you're if you witness that there is some labor exploitation
Yes,
in
ma'am.
your region,
Yes,
what would be your approach?
ma'am, first I would go on to the place and I would try to document some of the grievances which have been felt by the laborers, ma'am. Second, I would try to negotiate a deal between the mining companies and also the laborers, and I'll also use law as the deterrence, where the fixation of minimum wages and also occupational standards. There are four new labor codes, ma'am. I will make them aware that this can act as a deterrence if it is not being followed thoroughly. And I will take active steps by regular reviewing and monitoring of such practices, ma'am. So these are some of the immediate measures which I could take for the betterment of the laborers, ma'am.
Anup, people choose a place where there is a little risk. Say, for example, a place where there is no Naxal affected areas. But what Anup will do?
Ma'am, apologies, I could not hear the question properly, ma'am.
Anup, people choose an area or prefer an area which is not Naxal affected area or less risk, a region where there is a low risk.
Ma'am,
Given,
can I know the context of it for what the
so if you
people
are
will choose?
yeah, I'm coming. If you are a forest officer and you are posted in a Naxal affected area,
Yes, ma'am.
what do you think would you be your approach on? Will you take it or you will not take it?
Ma'am, I think Indian Forest Service, being an all India service, it is my mandate to serve wherever I have been posted. If I have been in a Naxal affected area, then I will try to communicate with the people with already the government developmental initiatives which have been present. So there should be some sort of trust which the DFO of the region should provide for the regional community, because development can act as the best antidote against Naxalism, ma'am. And with respect to the core Naxal areas where some threat has been there, I would like to actively collaborate with the security forces and also the police forces in tackling them, and also avoiding their contact with the people, so that they can again brainwash them with their ideologies, ma'am. These are some of the things which I can think of right now, ma'am.
Okay. Can you tell me about this auto fuel policy of India?
Ma'am, apologies, I could not properly hear.
No. Can you tell me about this auto fuel policy of India?
Auto fuel.
Mm. Okay. Tell me about this Bharat stage norms.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, Bharat stage norms was a replica of the Euro norms, which have been established in India for the better engine efficiency, ma'am. Right now, we have Bharat stage 6 norms, which focuses upon the minimizing of emissions of nitrogen dioxide, sulfur dioxide, and also the PM, ma'am. I could not recollect the exact reduction in the specific pollutants, ma'am.
My last question is, why did you not try a job in your mechanical engineering or some other stream, and you were employed as a table tennis coach and teacher and some odd jobs? So why
Yes,
it
ma'am.
is so?
Ma'am, I do attended some of my campus placement during my college, but I could not clear the final rounds in them. At the same time, it was some of my seniors, ma'am, who were already preparing for the civil services. I also saw that civil services has one of the good career prospects, which gives me a diverse roles and opportunities. Ma'am, with respect to the table tennis coach and the teacher, I was doing that as the part-time jobs while supporting myself in the UPSC journey, ma'am. So I think civil services is one of the career prospects which I have thought as the mainstream one after my graduation, ma'am.
Thank you, Anup.
Thank you, ma'am.
Over to you, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I was reading in the newspaper that in this Iran war,
Yes.
Iran has allowed 4 or 5 countries, including India,
Yes, sir.
to take their ships from the Strait of Hormuz. Now, what do you think about what kind of foreign policy of India does it reflect?
Sir, when it comes to the India, sir, I can see the diplomatic clarity and also the spirit of the Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, where India wants to have its own strategic importance and also it wants to maintain equal and harmonious relationships across all the countries, irrespective of the different blocs or the ideologies which the countries belong. I see this as a diplomatic victory, sir, because out of all the countries and all the chaos which is happening in the Strait of Hormuz, having concession for Indian ships is actually a big diplomatic victory which we should cherish upon, sir.
Good, good, good. Wish you all the best.
Yes, sir.
You'll do very well.
Yes, sir. Thanks a lot.
Good luck.
Yes, sir.
Good luck, Anu.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
hope to
Thank
see
you,
you
sir.
there. So
Yes, sir.
yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot.